It's the Odd Drunk Podcast, a very strange podcast, the drunkest show in the world. It's Jackson and Colton talking out of their ass. We don't care as long as drinks are poured. Sometimes we have our friends here. We will talk about anything. We don't care as long as we have beer. And if you let that whiskey ring. The Odd Drunk Podcast. To suck you.
Suck my what, Jackson?
Your blood, Colton.
Oh.
Because we are watching Twilight again. We are on Breaking Dawn Part 1. Almost done with our Twilight commentaries after so long.
I'm really proud of us. For sticking with this.
We've stuck with it. We and hi everybody.
Yeah.
All Drunk Podcast. We thought about recording part 1 and part 2 in one sitting. But that's not really possible right now for our work schedules.
Yeah.
And also we would have to get very drunk to get through that. And I don't think any of us need that right now.
Well, I ran into today at work one of the guys from the Whiskey Reel, that podcast.
Oh, you did?
They came on by, and I said, hey, we're recording, we're going to be watching one of the Twilight movies. What would you guys drink if you were watching it for your show? And they said something strong.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the response.
Anyways, yeah. If you haven't done one of these commentaries before, I'm going to explain it to you real quick. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And Colton's going to hit play this time. We're recording at his place.
Yes.
It's been a little while. And Colton's going to hit play, and then we're going to sync. I guess we're going to sync when what's the logo? The Summit Entertainment logo.
Summit, yeah.
When that's done, or whenever it's Summit Entertainment, and then we can sync again when it says Breaking Dawn Part 1. Or whatever, and we can say, what's a good quote?
You could say,
we had a great one for the Spider-Man 3 commentary.
Yeah.
But that was a movie we were more into, way more into. Even though it's definitely a movie.
It's
a movie that.
It's one of the movies.
It's one of the movies ever. So is this. We'll just say. I don't know. I'm Edward. I'm driving a sensible Volvo. I don't know any of the quotes from these movies. Your skin's pale, blah, blah, blah. You're a vampire.
We'll say
it.
We'll say that's a pretty sensible Volvo.
When we get to the Volvo, we'll sync at the Volvo. Who knows how long that's going to be. Anyways, we'll just say yes or sync or whatever. Anyways, we're going to get into this. 3, 2, 1, play. And the Wi-Fi has been iffy lately, just across the board due to snow weather.
Yeah.
Oh, Summit Entertainment. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. The red clouds and everything. I have a sensible Volvo. I'm Edward. There's your thing. Oh, Breaking Dawn Part 1. Oh, the light's shining through because it's the dawn. Do you have any sound?
I have sound. Sound?
Okay, yeah. I just don't have a volume knob on these headphones, so I have to
right.
kind of wear them.
I have never gotten this far into the series before.
I know. We've taken you there. Well, I've taken you there.
This has been a journey.
I will say that.
Is that a jury summons?
HD, when it's on a condensed screen like this, looks really good.
He just threw his jury summons away.
Yeah, and his shirt away. That
was a really rough transition.
Yep. Man, is that a jury summons? Oh, it's a marriage. Invitation summons. You can say.
Yeah.
Bella's dad, Charlie. Yeah, he's got a tall boy, Rainier. Speaking of which, we are drinking Rainier. Thanks for Colton for picking that up. And you've also got some wine here. I think we've had it before.
I don't think I've had this on the show before. This is Chop Shop. It's a California wine. A 2020.
Nice. What a year that was.
It's a decent wine.
Okay.
This is okay. This is already off to just a bad start.
It's a really bad. Okay, let's just say this is probably, from what I remember, the most boring out of all the movies, and that's saying a lot. Oh, look how strong they are! They're carrying their logs and benches. Look at me. Which, yeah, that would be nice to have super strength, you know, for anything. It's like, yeah, I want that big ass log as a bench at my wedding. Do it now.
Oh, there's the man.
Yes. The legend. The often hated, undeservedly hated nowadays, I think. I still run into people that are like, yeah, the Batman movie was fine. I just don't like Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
because he was in Twilight and everything. And I'm like, you realize he's an actor.
Yeah,
you
can do multiple
I
things.
feel so sorry for anybody involved in this film, though, for the relation to it, because now, for the longest time, they haven't been able to be taken seriously. They're like, oh, you're the Twilight people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad now, but like
especially
5 years
Taylor
ago.
Lautner. I mean,
yeah, his career, he did like a movie where literally, I think his parents get killed, but he's like, oh, whatever, and he gets the girl at the end, and he's like happy. And
he was also in Shark
I forget
Boy
what it
and
was
Lava
called,
Girl.
and he was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and whatever that new one was.
He's the one that has cold feet.
Yeah,
get
because
it.
yeah, he's like cuddling with a bag of ice. His demeanor's like a bag of ice as well.
Yeah.
But
he probably is.
I don't know with that laugh. I don't know.
What, like 17 years old when he got turned into a vampire back like in 1920?
Yeah, but was anyone a virgin in 1920?
Yeah, some people were.
Some people. He was one of those people.
He was probably one of them.
Oh, flashback, by the way. Speaking of which. So this is, yeah, he has red eyes because he's been killing people. I think, yeah, he's like he's Batmaning it, but he kills. But so Batman doesn't kill, so he's not Batmaning it. He's Robert Pattinson it. I don't know. But apparently he's like, oh, only went for the bad guys and everything.
Is this how Batman's parents died?
By Edward Cullen.
Yeah, is that how?
And then he just so happens to look exactly like him when he grows up. Unless this is like the Christian Bale. I gotcha. But couldn't we say that about ourselves? Aren't we all the monsters, Edward? Aren't you the monster? You got red eyes and sucking people's blood.
We're not monsters. We're podcasters.
That's a level below?
We're automatically exempt from...
But this movie's a lot of this, so get ready. It's a lot of flashbacks, dragging out the plot, sitting in a room.
I'm already bored with this. I'm gonna be totally honest.
I don't know let's see what the runtime is, because it definitely feels the longest out of any of them. Just like how Spider-Man 3 felt the longest. Or maybe we didn't record that yet. Maybe that's not out yet. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know how that works. Maybe we'll release this one first and it won't make any sense. Ooh.
Good old Rainier. I like Rainier.
Rainier is good. I mean, it's like Coors adjacent.
Yeah.
just standard American lager.
But there's American
good.
lagers out there that I think are not good though. I had
No,
one
yeah,
recently. It's Outlaw. It's a Colorado American lager, kind of adjacent to
What a
Montucky
creep.
Cold Snacks, and it's not very good.
Ah.
Not very good.
So its budget, I don't know why it's giving me two different, or is that for part 2? But anyways, budget was $127 million, made 712. So still did pretty well, but not as well as the previous Twilight movies.
Yeah.
Because I think the first one, let's see.
I mean, so here's the thing. Just so far, this entire series, with the exception of maybe the first movie, is just really boring.
Okay, so it is one of the better performing movies, but not the best. So the first Twilight made $407 million, and I know it had a dirt cheap budget, like 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then New Moon made $709. Twilight Eclipse made $698 million. This one made $712, and then Breaking Dawn Part 2 would go to make $129.
Wow.
But it's well over $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
Movies alone. I don't know how much the books made.
A surprisingly boring franchise.
Well, yeah. This is the movie that... Okay, well, I don't want to sound like a sexist a-hole or whatever.
What?
I was going to say...
I'm curious what you're
Okay,
going to say.
well, this is the movie that all the moms that were reading the books were so excited for because they finally get married. And then people like us are like, I don't care. So what? They're getting married.
I mean, I like a good marriage scene in a movie.
And they're wearing all white. That's
I mean,
fun.
imagine now it just turns...
Oh, it's a flash forward. Sorry, there's a lot of those in this movie. Oh, that's cool visuals. The love, the roses, everything.
Imagine if they stepped up to the altar and then it was just like, marriage. And it was that
The
guy.
guy from The Hangover shows up.
No, it was from the Princess Bride.
Oh yeah. Well, I forget, Vampires Suck. The guy from The Hangover shows up.
Oh yeah.
It's the Dr.
Uh,
Chow.
Ken something. I'll remember.
Ken Jeong, yeah. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But he's Mr. Chow in The Hangover. But he's great. But he plays the head Volturi guy in Vampire Sucks.
Oh.
He's the best part of that of a really bad parody movie. And that was the era where parody movies were still being made, but they were dying quickly.
Yeah.
Because
remember.
YouTube... I mean, there's a lot of things, but I feel like YouTube helped kill it because now everyone and their mother was making their own parodies of things, and you can make that with like little to no budget, and
pretty much,
it would get millions of views, and boom, you might have to make a whole production of a shitty parody movie. That's
Parody movies are weird. They always have been.
I've never seen one that hasn't aged like milk. They have all aged terribly because they're only funny in the era that they came out, and even then they're really not that funny. They're just like, oh, you know that guy from that movie? Well, here's a dumb version of it.
Yeah.
And that's as far as they go.
Or Meet the Spartans.
Yeah.
That was one.
Disaster movie, epic movie. I think the scary movie ones, they've aged better than the most because they really started it.
Yeah, they're a little bit better because they're more of like a parody of horror genres.
Yeah, and they're not
they,
just plugging in IP to
but
get attention.
It seemed like just like every single year there would be a parody movie that was just a parody of all the movies that came out that year.
Yeah, definitely. This almost feels like a parody of the original Twilight movie.
Yeah,
Just like take all the characters and just make this movie.
great. It's just like
No, okay. Let's be a positive. Okay. Oh, the other weird vampire relatives.
oh yeah. It'd be great if it just turned into just a total bloodbath.
Yeah, that'd be great. And like Ash shows up.
It turns into a Sam Raimi movie.
Yeah. Imagine if they ever let Sam Raimi direct a Twilight movie. Just go
Oh my
balls to the
God.
wall with it.
Bruce Campbell would have to be more than just a cameo in it.
I could see Bruce Campbell being like the dad, or he could be just Edward. Just Bruce Campbell. He's like groovy.
I mean, I could see.
Okay,
I could see
Bella's dad, by the way, Team Charlie,
Team Charlie. Yes,
all the way. He's like
Cheers.
this
clink those
random
Rainier.
weirdo, this rich cultist like family. My daughter's getting married to this guy that I don't like. I don't want this to happen, but I don't have much say in it because they're a weird cult family that could kill me, and
Yeah.
they are.
He's like they're
You're right in thinking that.
I could see Bruce Campbell playing Charlie.
Yeah.
The Sam Raimi version,
But
he would have a more active like action role.
no, yeah, he would
Yeah.
like be fighting the vampires and stuff. That's not the right music.
This entire movie so far has been this type of music. It's weird.
Yeah. He's like,
This is a
Right.
very drawn out
it's very drawn out.
scene.
They
right
draw
here.
everything out in this movie.
Like
I like look like you want to get married, right? I mean, I get you're nervous. I don't know. And he's just
yeah, I can't tell if this is supposed to be she's having like a panic attack, like getting cold feet, or if this is just Kristen Stewart just being.
let's just
weird.
watch two people not want to get married.
But they just do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, Edward, I mean, he's fine with it because, hey, I'm immortal. Let's be real. I can ditch you or just turn you a vampire and want,
Yeah.
which we know what happens, or maybe not. Sorry, I don't want to spoil anything. I think you get the general idea of what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I've heard things.
I can't remember if this is the one where they do it, though. So get ready.
If this is not the one where they do it, then I'm gonna be like, okay, so what happens in this movie then? Because isn't
No,
that
I
the
think
point
this movie
of,
is all about them doing it.
okay? Because
I-
I'm like, isn't the point of like the part 1 and part 2 that they do it? They have a vampire baby that's weird,
Oh, yeah. Get ready for
and
the
then
weird
the
baby.
Volturi get very angry about it.
Yeah, because they're like,
Because
that's weird. That's awful.
Yeah.
Basically.
Um,
That's an abomination.
are they gonna play out this whole wedding?
Yeah.
Scene. This is.
I'm surprised Charlie just doesn't have a beer in his hand.
That would be amazing.
Just like, just. Yeah, Rainier is good actually. In fact, the first time I ever tried Rainier was for the original Twilight episode commentary.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I had it before that. But
I don't think I have.
I think it's a pretty decent, yeah.
Like you said, it's been inconsistent on getting. We've been inconsistent on getting shipments of it here.
Yeah.
But like my sister lives up in the Pacific Northwest now in Idaho, and the Idaho chimney. And I'm not gonna dox my sister. That's all I'm gonna say though. But she was like, "Oh yeah, Rainier is so good. It's like big thing here." I'm like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
But
It's their version of PBR.
yeah, essentially
Or
that's what
Coors.
it is. Well, I wish we could insert that clip, but we can't. It's a commentary. But one could say that Coors is just another version of PBR.
Oh.
Everything derives from PBR. That's That's the
Well,
beer
it's-
everything's
it's,
based from.
Every region has their light beers that
Yeah.
are really popular. PBR is really is
Midwest.
a Midwest thing.
Yeah.
But just
North Midwest.
in Colorado though, it's really popular though.
Well, it's a big college town beer, you know.
Yeah. There's the Montucky Cold Snacks if you go up to Montana and stuff. He doesn't.
No.
I'm just assuming. Or maybe he does wish her the best, but his idea of what is the best is that she's not with Edward, that she's with him. Right?
Is Charlie flirting with her? I mean, he's a divorced dad. Why not?
With Bella?
No, not Bella. His daughter. Weirdo.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
the werewolf lady, the Native American lady.
Oh.
They had like a quick little interchange.
I was
yeah,
just-
they're drinking champagne together.
I was just weirded out for a second.
Oh, they're like, you invited them here? What? The natives.
I like how the native Billy is just like looking at them like has that look of yeah,
Yeah.
we are here. What are you gonna do about it,
Yeah.
bitch?
Well, I love the idea to any outsiders. They just look like racist rich white snobs. Because it's because they're werewolves, but to an outsider, just be like, "Oh wow, that's really insensitive to say." Is this like their cousins or something?
I don't know. She's upset about the guy with the dreadlocks getting killed.
Oh yeah, he got killed. I forgot. He was like the coolest one.
Yeah.
He was part of the Black Eyed Peas crew. That's what.
Speaking of parody movies, that's where that joke
Yeah,
comes from. Is one
exactly.
of those parodies.
Yeah, well, because the ponytail guy, dreadlocks guy,
Bryce Dallas Howard,
yeah, or whoever the first actress.
pre Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, pre Bryce Dallas Howard. That was crickets. Crickets.
Really,
Drinking champagne. Yeah.
he's probably thinking, "I wish I had a Rainier."
Well, he was like, "Oh, you got a fancy champagne here." I'd be looking for some orange juice,
Yeah.
at least.
She's
Anna
been in
Kendrick's
better
great.
movies.
Oh yeah. You keep telling yourself that. 'Cause I'm a cop.
Yes.
Yeah. See, why didn't we ever explore that arc?
Yeah.
Charlie, shotgun, 6-year Rainier in
Yeah.
hand. Fighting vampires.
Just a cop action movie.
Yeah.
Charlie is the main character.
So weird. And that's Bella's mom, who's really weird.
I assume she's been drinking.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Carlisle, hey, I'm 55.
She has a small face.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have not pointed it out.
Wait, this whole time have they been fake drinking the vampire? Like you know how actors will like throw it behind them,
Yeah.
or can they just drink? Because that'd be sick.
I think maybe they can drink and just won't do anything. Or maybe they're just standing around with champagne glasses to look normal.
And like every once in a while, they'll just toss it out. Fake act drunk.
I don't know why I never pointed out or that one lady's face is really small.
I'll have to look at her face again.
She has a small face.
She's the Cullen mom.
Yeah, the mom.
Yeah.
She has a really small face compared to the rest of her head. Like,
But a normal size head.
yeah, a normal size head.
Small face.
Just
Oh, yeah.
just
a little bit.
a small face.
Yeah, okay. Well,
No one's died yet.
cringe
This
white
is-
wedding. Here we go. Carlisle, hey, I'm 55.
He's like supposed to be like 23.
And
22,
yeah, we looked it up last time.
something
Like
like
he's
that.
supposed to be like
That's how
ridiculously young.
That's how old he was when he
was
turned into a
turned. It's like
vampire?
no.
We're older than Carlisle.
I guess
was
so.
When he was turned into a vampire.
I mean, yeah, he could pass for like 30s
Yeah.
for a while until people get suspicious. Oh, he's got a shirt on.
Wow.
He really,
Impressive.
yeah. Speaking of shirts being on and not on, off, I know this is such a side tangent, but who cares?
Yeah.
Dave Bautista, for one, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be his, from what I've heard, his last performance as Drax. He wants to move on to more serious roles. He wants to thank Drax.
Do you think he would be willing
He
to
hasn't
star
been wearing
in
a
a remake of Twilight?
That would be great. Dave Bautista as Bella. The gender swap Twilight. Or no, that's the only thing off about it. Just Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
No, but he's like, I'm getting too old to like keep my body like this all the time because I was he was a professional wrestler, then he went into acting, and then he kept that wrestler body. Yeah. And like that's why in the holiday special he was wearing a shirt, even though Drax is like opposed to wearing shirts.
Yeah.
And like in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer, he's also wearing a shirt.
He's just
tired of it.
I understand that.
And maybe they don't have to put on all the makeup. I mean,
They
I don't know
probably
why
don't.
they would.
Yeah, no, that's probably right.
So maybe that saves a couple hours of the makeup process.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like some actors get mental issues just from that process. Like Jim Carrey with The Grinch.
Yeah, he
felt claustrophobic and like trapped. And
they had to have a guy who like trained like CIA operatives how to withstand torture.
Wow.
Help Jim Carrey in the film.
Well, imagine sitting there, people putting latex and shit on you for like 5 hours.
Well, he said like there are certain like coping techniques like that you have like like have someone slap you, smoke. He was like smoke a lot of cigarettes. He smoked.
Yeah,
a ton.
he was dressed up as the Grinch smoking.
and he would have the yak hair on the suit didn't catch on fire. He would have one of those long cigarette holders. So he would be constantly smoking cigarettes through one of those things.
Get on him.
Waiting for someone to die.
I know.
Like,
say you're not a human. You turn into a wolf guy. No, you just turn into a wolf. Yeah, because if Edward has sex with her as a vampire, she'll die.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. He's even like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that can lift a 20-ton car, or
like
whatever,
he's basically like, yeah,
Not 20
I've
ton
come
car.
to terms with you becoming a vampire, but this is ridiculous.
Yes. Get him. When your friends break you up from a fight. Oh yeah, that would like break the treaty and everything.
Yeah. They're like, we can't get involved.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to tell you, Jacob, it is her choice.
Yeah.
A dumbass choice, but her choice nonetheless. And Edward's like, he's like, I don't care. I'm a root rat. I'm Edward.
That was the most exciting scene so far.
So yeah, that was the most action we've got.
And now is the rest of the movie going to be their honeymoon?
Yeah, and we got a lot of good trivia that goes along with that. Yeah, this is the one where it happens. So
Okay.
I remember we watched this movie. Me and my jazz band went to Allstate finals.
Okay.
And we were on one of those fancier buses with the TVs and everything. And guess what they were playing? This movie.
Damn.
And then everyone was invested. Because this is I didn't have anything. I just had my phone with me, and my other friends started watching it and like making fun of it. And I was like, oh, why not? And we sat and watched Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1. I don't know why it was that movie in particular. I remember seeing the bus driver put in the DVD. So I guess it was his choice.
The bus driver put it in.
Yeah.
There's the man.
Yep. God. Okay, yeah. I gotta drink a little more.
Yeah, you want some wine?
Yeah, I'll take some wine if you're offering. That's good.
It's pretty decent. It's a Cabernet. A Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah, I was debating on what to try to drink to bring, and we thought wine, and it had to be red wine because vampires.
But duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we were.
Well, vampires often drink blood wine.
Oh, sometimes they just drink blood.
Like if you play the Dawn Guard DLC, you can get blood wine.
Yeah.
Or just blood. I always hated the vampire mechanics in Skyrim, though. I got a mod that like fixes it.
Yeah, there are mods
Because
that
you become more monstrous and like a vampire the less you feed.
Yeah. It should be
The opposite.
It should be that the less you feed, the weaker you are, but the more you feed, you get stronger, but you become more obviously.
Yeah, and you get the vampire lord
but you
trait
look
and everything.
more like a vampire.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, I guess that makes sense as a mechanic. Like, you have to constantly feed to not be noticed.
Yeah.
But the more you feed, you're inevitably going to get caught.
I guess
I
as
don't know.
as a game mechanic, it makes sense, but as just a role play as a
It
vampire
doesn't, no.
thing, which is Skyrim's a role playing game.
Yeah.
So,
I think Bethesda kind of forgot that along the way
yeah.
about a few of their games recently. That it's a role-playing game. And yes, Fallout 4, you do play the role as the dad or the mom. And I like Fallout 4 as far as the gameplay and the lore goes and the world goes, but it's not
Perfectly decent
an
game,
RPG.
but yeah, it lacks some of the best RPG mechanics of the
Yeah.
Fallout games.
I've been playing Morrowind again, though, for one of our future...
That's a pretty
our
good game.
past video game in time episode for
Yeah.
2002. I don't know when it's gonna come out. Who knows? But been playing that and been playing, and not so much yet. I'm still working on the mods that I want to have installed and making sure that all works.
Yeah.
Like I got enhanced. Oh yeah, and they're in Rio now. Sorry. I mean, we could just talk about Bethesda games for a while while this all happens.
Could.
But yeah, they're always partying in Rio. I don't know. I've never been there, but that's what every movie and media has shown us. That Rio's a big part. I saw Rio with Jesse Eisenberg, or what's his name,
Yeah.
as the blue bird,
bird, yeah.
cockatoo or whatever
And
that went extinct.
Yeah, that bird's extinct. Yeah.
And that movie was to support preventing their extinction.
Yeah, it didn't work.
So it's kind of rough to watch now, but it's a fun movie.
That was a fine movie.
I heard Rio 2's better, which I never bothered to watch.
I never watched the second one, yeah.
I mean, you married rich. Oh yeah, I think he learned to drive this boat or something. Let me see what it said.
Oh,
Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson.
Well, I'm
I would-
assuming
I would-
Edward had to.
I would
as
be
well.
like, yeah, I assume Edward knows how to drive the boat. He's
So, yeah.
doing it.
Robert Pattinson took a boat driving lessons so he would be able to drive the boat in the honeymoon scenes, even though they could have easily got just anybody
Yeah.
to do that. for all these big zoomed pan shots and. Okay, you have this sick ass tropical resort house, yet you still do the whole thing. Oh, we got to go to high school and everything, and Seattle or not Washington. Just live there. Be a vampire there.
Yeah. I mean, that's an awesome.
Why
house.
not? In a secluded location, you could feed on all the animals you want. It's just this universe. I still don't understand why they have to do that. Why they have to play the role of high schoolers.
Yeah. No,
And are they going to continue to do that now that they're married? Be like, oh yeah, we're back in high school. We're going to go to a different high school now. It's like, Bella, part of being in this family is you have to go to high school. Every 4 years, you have to start at a new high school. I feel like I want a divorce right now.
It's the rule.
Yep, that's the rule. Sorry.
You got to be in high school.
That's the vampire rule.
It's the most
You have to
important
be in
vampire rule.
That's the worst curse about being a vampire. Because, yeah, we don't blow up in the sun, and garlic doesn't, whatever. Holy water's fine. Our thing is the high school thing. That's our thing. And I'd be like, give me the other vampire. Give me a traditional vampire. I'd rather burst into flames in the sun than go to high school over and over.
If I was a vampire, even if I was this type
Why
of
would you have to
vampire-
do that kind of route? I don't know.
Even if I was this type of vampire, I would totally play into the stereotypical like traditional vampire.
No, yeah.
Like thing. I would wear a cape
I would definitely.
and like 1800s clothes.
And I would go to like cosplay events.
Yeah, and I would go around
you'd
doing
perfectly
the whole,
fit in.
doing the whole blah blah blah.
Yeah, what we do in the shadows. I would
Yeah.
just do that.
I'd be exactly like that. Even if I was this type of vampire,
Yeah.
I would still do that.
Yeah.
And then all the other vampires would be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
I'm like, I'm a vampire. I'm embracing it.
And then
I'm embracing
they're
our
gonna be
culture.
like, "Stop that! You're making us. You're embarrassing us." And I'm gonna be like, "Do the Volturi have fucking rules against this?" No.
They do that.
They
The
do
Volturi
it,
dress
yeah.
like that and act like blah. They're having a fun time with it. Oh yeah, all typical stuff, brushing your teeth and everything before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Except you're about to do it with a mutant. Oh well.
So does she just like think she's gonna die here or something like that?
So she's like, this better be the good one.
Like,
I don't know.
because like Jacob's
Well, we've
right.
had all this tension throughout the entire series of them
Yeah.
almost doing it and never doing it. And now it's time. This movie goes nowhere.
Yeah, this is
And the tone gets me too, because sometimes it tries to like be a little bit comedic, but it never hits. I don't know. Oh, they're gonna do it on the beach or something? I forget if we see any boobies in this movie. I don't think so. I think they had to edit. They had to edit scenes because they originally got an R rating,
oh,
and that was a big no-no because it would make way less money.
because there are too many boobies.
Even though movies like Deadpool and Joker prove you can make plenty of money with R-rated movie if it's marketed right and if it's
Yeah,
a good movie. But they know most of the viewers. Well, you have the teens and tweens, and then you have the moms. So yeah, the moms would see it if it was rated R. But they couldn't bring their teens. or
are they
tweens.
just blue screened onto some water here?
I can't quite tell. Well, they obviously filmed it in
I
like
mean,
a little.
There it is. But
They
like,
filmed it in a little pool, I bet, and then blue screened the rest of it. Maybe
because like some of these shots look like they're just on a blue screen.
looks
or
a little
something.
sus to me. Yeah, or maybe it's just the. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be the most awkward one to watch for a little while. Yeah.
Close your eyes, Jackson.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah. The sex scene between Edward and Bella originally caused the film to receive an R rating by the MPAA. The scene had to be reshot and edited to receive PG-13 rating. According to interviews, Robert Pattinson and director Bill Condon blamed Kristen Stewart's wild thrusting during filming. Condon said, "Well, I think that's true. Kirsten got very into it." Uh-oh. Breaks the whole bed. Kirsten got very into it. I hate to be clinical, but guidelines on thrusting intercourse, not to make people too excited. It was never explicit, but I think any movement that suggests that it is what the MPA object to.
They were just too worried that people would think it's hot.
Yeah, I guess so. So let's make it less hot. Also, we know this is the one where she gets pregnant, and that's going to be revealed fairly soon. Edward, you dog. Why wouldn't you use protection?
Yeah.
For one, you should anyways, if you don't want a baby and you just want safe sex. Also, you're a vampire.
Yeah.
So if you get her...
there's no way they didn't think that was like a potential thing they could have to worry about. If you get her pregnant,
you're going to have a weird vampire hybrid baby that no one wants to see. No one wants to see that CGI baby.
Yeah.
I sure don't. But we're going to see it.
I've seen the images online.
Yeah.
And I'm dreading that moment.
Well, because I get that it's like supposed to like have accelerated aging or whatever and like look weird, but it's still just uncomfortable. There's a lot of this movie's just so uncomfortable. Yeah. Dang, you passed out on her.
Fucking lame. Dude.
And if also, I don't think this is.
I bet he wasn't.
I don't think he was. Well, maybe he wasn't a virgin because I feel like if this was the first time he ever did it with vampire strength anything, he definitely would have killed her.
Oh yeah.
So maybe he has had experience with like holding back. Maybe he's killed some women and we don't even know about it. I don't know. But yeah, she's got bruises and stuff. It's like, come on, mate. You and your open collared shirt. Or maybe she just has an iron deficiency. I don't know.
They're just like, guys, you knew this was going to happen. Both of
yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
You knew there was going to be.
Well, that's what Jacob was pissed off about. I mean,
yeah.
Jacob like, I already accepted that you're going to be a vampire.
Yeah, Jacob made a whole deal about, like, it's going to kill you.
Yeah, you got to be a vampire now. And that's the one thing he didn't want. He was saying you should be one.
He's like, you either got to be a vampire or fucking break up with Edward.
Yeah.
You can't do something in between.
No.
Or you die.
Yeah. It reminds me of the little interchange in Age of Ultron where Bruce Banner, Black Widow had that romantic thing for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And they basically talk about, like, being romantic and doing it or whatever. And he's like, no, I can't do that because the other guy and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have experience, Bruce?
Well, Betty. Or Betsy Ross? Or is it Betty Ross? Betty?
I don't remember. Liv Tyler.
Yeah. Arwen, yeah. That's what I remember by.
Cheating on
I recently watched the Edward Norton Hulk.
I watched that.
Holds up a lot more than I remember it.
Yeah, it's decent.
I think if with some changes, it could be a really good movie. Actually, I like the darker tone, and I know Edward Norton in interview said, I think it was Joe Rogan, he wanted it to be in more of a direction like The Dark Knight, a really dark film.
Yeah.
That really it's cerebral and everything. And they're like, no, you gotta have more action, you gotta have more, typical stuff. Hulk fights the same bad guy, yada yada yada.
It's a decent movie.
But yeah.
I think it'd be really great if they brought
Tim Roth, I mean, they brought him back as Abomination, but I don't like what they did with this character in She-Hulk. Part of me liked it because I get it, he's grown, it's been a long time.
I like bits of it, but I really think he should.
I don't like the Abomination bits.
I think he should have been a villain.
Yeah.
Even if he was putting
And not
on
like,
that,
I'm cool.
even if he was putting that like I'm cool thing as like a facade,
Yeah.
and then they reveal he's actually still a villain, they should have still made him a villain.
I liked She-Hulk, but that finale
The finale was
killed the
terrible.
show. It just killed it.
Yeah.
And then Hulk's like, here's my son's car out of nowhere.
Yeah, that
Even though
was
that's
weird.
a huge storyline in the comics.
Yeah, that was weird. And
then Daredevil's just there because she willed it through the fourth wall through the Kevin Feige bot that Daredevil come back.
I like the Kevin
And
Feige.
he's just
I
there.
like the Kevin Feige joke.
Yeah.
though, that he's a robot.
Yeah.
AI.
Like
that was
algorithm, yeah.
that was entertaining. But no, the finale was just. I remember there's been finales to some of these shows where I was like,
That's a
I
nice
didn't
shot.
really like that. This finale for She-Hulk was like, as I was watching it, I was like,
Just
what is
asinine.
this? Like, this is
Yeah.
fucking weird.
It took it too far. And I can't wait for the Deadpool movie because I hope he rips into She-Hulk or something.
Yeah,
I would love to see their interchange.
that was a weird jump.
Yeah. Guys, settle down. You're going to get Giardia. Well, not Edward because he's a vampire, but you could. Don't drink water. Fresh water.
Don't drink
Or
water.
ocean water.
You heard it straight from us. Don't drink water.
Yeah.
Drink beer. Drink
No, but
Rainier.
definitely don't drink fresh water, though. Unless you can boil it or you have one of those Life Straw things. I've never I had a Life Straw. I never used it in a stream, though, or anything.
Yeah.
Supposedly you can, and it's fine, but
I had a filter thing, like a portable filter thing. I've used it in lakes before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah,
it works.
that is a game changer. Like,
I mean, the best thing to do is boil water.
well, yeah, you just got to get enough because you are going to lose
Yeah,
some of it when you boil it. But yeah, that's what I used to do camping. Just
yeah. You go down.
if I didn't have any
as
water.
long as it's fresh water.
Usually when I'm camping, though, I mean, it's usually like 2-3 days and I already have a supply of water.
Yeah.
But you boil the water and it's got to be in a running stream.
yeah,
Don't mess with stagnant water. And yeah, if you can go to the start of the stream,
Yeah,
supposedly
the
it's safe.
spring.
Yeah, the spring. Yeah.
That yeah. Spring groundwater is pretty safe.
Yep.
You know.
But even then, I would still probably boil it
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Well, I've drank well water.
Because my uncle,
Yeah.
oh well, yeah, groundwater, but
Groundwater,
spring
so-
water, I'd still probably boil it to be
Yeah.
safe. Because my uncle and actually both my uncles got Giardia one time. It was just
Yeah.
awful.
Professor of mine got typhoid one time
Ooh.
from Dr. Fry
Oh really?
from water. That's how you get it.
Yep.
He said it was not fun. He said it
I
kinda
doubt
sucked.
it. I mean, I believe it. I don't
It
doubt
was
it.
when he was down in Guatemala. And now she dies.
But
The
yeah,
end.
because Breaking Dawn's one book, and of course,
Yeah.
I think was this the movie that started that trend, part 1 and part 2, like
I
for the
don't-
finale.
I don't know. But
Because
I-
then Hunger Games also did that,
yeah.
but I think more deservedly so
Yeah, it
because there's
worked,
a lot more going on.
it
in those
worked better
books.
with Hunger Games. Well, the thing
Did you
is,
see where Jennifer Lawrence? I can't remember the exact quote, but she said something along the lines she was the first female action star in Hunger Games, and then everyone was like, actually, no.
yeah, like, what about Sigourney
Sigourney
Weaver,
Weaver.
for example?
For example. Yeah.
the lady who played Sarah Connor. I don't remember her name.
Oh, I can't believe I can't remember her
Yeah.
name. I have to look it up now, damn it. Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
What are they talking about? being lucky or whatever.
Would he be able to kill Bella if she was a vampire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they introduced the whole imprint plot because they imprinted on each other.
Yeah.
And you don't want to know who he imprints on unless you've already heard about it.
It's the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's why I've never, as soon as I learned about that and everything, I was like, no, I'm not Team Jacob anymore. Like, Team Edward. Well, actually, Team Charlie. Sorry.
Yeah,
But,
Team Charlie. But
if-
yeah,
if
I'm
you
like,
made me
I'm like, I don't care about accelerated aging and shit like that. That's still a child. Like,
and I know he can't help it or whatever. But why did you write that, Stephanie Meyer?
yep.
That's just straight up weird. Oh, yeah. They're like, yeah. They know.
Hey, who knows what?
The maids.
Oh.
And that's exactly what you are.
Yep.
Broke the whole bed. Oh, jeez.
And then some vampire hunters come.
Yeah. If this was that kind of movie, I'd be excited.
Guillermo.
Guillermo del Toro.
No, Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows. Is
Oh,
that his
yeah.
name, Guillermo?
Yeah. Gizmo. No, then Hugh Jackman Van Helsing shows up, time traveled.
Well, kind of
whatever.
time travel. He could still be around.
Oh, yeah, because he's a werewolf?
Because
whatever.
he's the angel Gabriel.
Oh,
It's
I
a
forgot
really
about
weird
that whole
plot point that they barely explain. But he's
We're going to have to do that movie.
he's
at
the
some point.
archangel Gabriel in human form.
Oh, okay.
Because the idea in that movie is that Gabriel was in human form. He's the one who killed Dracula in the first place when Dracula became a vampire, and then lost his memory somehow,
And
and
he's
didn't
like,
know
I'm Van
he-
Helsing.
Yeah, didn't know he was the angel Gabriel, but yeah, he's the actual like archangel Gabriel in human form.
Spoiler alert for Van Helsing. A
So
15-year-old
theoretically, he could still be around.
Cool. Then Hugh Jackman shows up, beats him up, and roll credits.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, early signs of pregnancy. Or she just ate some bad lasagna or something. I don't know. I mean, do they even have... Oh, yeah, they had chicken.
Yeah.
I bet he fucked up cooking the chicken.
Yeah, he
Because he doesn't have to eat or anything. He doesn't know. Like, in What We Do in the Shadows, I think Nandor, like, he gets married to a human wife and, like, does the whole Edward thing. And he, like, tries to cook for her and just has no idea what he's doing. 2 weeks. I wanted to make like a vampire joke about that, but that'd be insensitive. But Edward would know, right?
Yeah.
He would know, right? Be like, she's late.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like the pregnancy is accelerated.
Oh,
It doesn't take 9 months. It's like a week or something.
that's
like that.
terrifying.
I know.
That is the most terrifying.
Or maybe
thing
it's like
that-
a couple weeks, but it's
That is
really
the most
fast.
terrifying thing that happens in this whole series.
Oh, yeah.
is the entire concept of a pregnancy accelerating over an entire week.
Yeah, a week or two. I forget how long it is, but it's definitely. I don't even think it's a month. And this is her
Edward's just
teenage
like
girl, first time getting pregnant with a vampire.
That's the best acting that Edward's done in this movie. Of his reaction to this is just like this look of like constipation, like what the fuck?
It's like, I fucked up. Yeah, Carlisle's a doctor of sorts.
Of sorts.
I don't know if he's like a Renaissance era doctor or when he got his degree or whatever.
I mean, I know he's supposed to be like he has centuries of medical experience, so he's a very good doctor.
But it's like,
but
what is he basing?
Does he ever just still like fall back on his old habits of like, yeah,
We
we're
just need to
gonna
bleed
use
you for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna do some leeches.
Yeah, which is great because our family is a bunch of leeches.
Yeah,
So it works out. It's like everyone take a bite. Don't put your venom in her. I don't know how you do that or not do that, but just suck her.
Well, don't use your vampire venom.
Actually, I got a bottle full of leeches. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Yeah.
We'll just snack on
I
the
keep 'em
leeches
on. Yeah,
afterwards.
Yeah.
Could vampires do that? Could they put a leech on someone and the leech sucks up all the blood and then they could snack on the leech like a little candy?
Pops in their mouth. Yeah, that sounds awful. But I bet those weirdos like it. You know, get leeches, suck on the blood, dry them. So it's like a chip.
Yeah. So some dried blood leeches.
Yeah. A blood chip. A blood Dorito. Regular Dorito and then like blood. Put blood on
Do
it.
vampires like blood sausage and stuff? Like, is that a thing?
Ooh, and that's a real thing.
Yeah, no.
That I don't want to try. Well,
I've heard it's actually really
if I
good.
came across a situation where I could try one, I'd probably try it because I'll.
Oh,
try
I would
anything.
definitely try it. I've never had it, but I would definitely try it.
But I hate the taste of liver, and I know liver tastes bad because it has a lot of high blood content.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, at least. I think he had to learn a little Portuguese too for the scene.
Mm.
I mean, they could have ADR'd it.
He could have, also learned some just what he needed for the script.
Yeah,
It's possible.
that's probably what he did.
There's examples of that. I mean, in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the village leader guy, the old guy, who talks to them about the Sankari stones or whatever it is.
Yeah.
He did not speak English. He learned all of his lines phonetically.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is actually pretty impressive.
Sofia Coppola was actually interested in directing this, but she only wanted to do one movie, not 2 parts.
Probably should have been just one movie.
Yeah.
Just already. I've not seen the second part 2.
Where are we on the timestamp of this movie?
We're like halfway through.
Well, that's
it.
good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. It's not as long as I thought, but it feels long. That's what she said. That's what Bella said, or maybe not. I don't know.
Like
You
not
dog,
talking.
Edward.
Like, this is awkward. It's an awkward
Yeah.
car trip there.
That's what happens when you raw dog it.
That's what happens when you're a vampire.
And you raw dog it. Is this whole series just a big analogy for teen pregnancy?
Stephanie Myers was like Mormon and stuff, wasn't she?
Yeah, is this like a warning?
She's like, don't have sex.
Yeah, look what happens. You see what happens?
Abstinence.
Is the only way, yeah. God, I hate that so stupid. They taught that
Not
at
through-
my high school.
Oh, jeez,
They
yeah.
taught abstinence. They also did show how condoms work. They put on banana, everything. But the nurse was also like, if you do want to do it and basically be sick bastards, I'll show you. But abstinence is the best way. And
My high school just
but like
focused,
states that teach abstinence have the highest teen pregnancy rates.
my school just focused on biology when doing sex ed. They were just like, this is how
just
sexual
very-
organs work.
Yeah.
Um,
But they didn't
although
actually
they
teach
they-
about safe
yeah,
sex
that,
or whatever.
they talked about. I think they very briefly like talked about safe sex.
Also, this whole
not much.
you know how they never tell Charlie anything.
Yeah.
I think Jacob's finally the one to tell him anything. He's like, enough of this bullshit. We need to tell the dad
Yeah, he's
what's
like,
happening.
he's like, out of all the guys that should probably,
But right now
know-
he's just like, oh, she's just sick and whatever.
yeah, out of all the guys who should, the humans who should probably know what's going on.
Yeah. He always has his face like, well, that was weird.
Because it was.
It was, yeah.
I mean-
Every interaction he has in this series is weird.
He's the most reasonable person.
Also, I want to see a movie where like Carlisle and Charlie just go out for a night, you know.
Like Dinner with Andre. That
Yeah.
movie?
Just buddy comedy. You have all the vampire shenanigans. Carlisle's always trying to get him to drink Rainier, and he's like, "No, I'm non-alcohol. I don't drink alcohol."
They're all
I
like
don't drink
not
water
cool
either.
with Jacob being in there. They're like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what she said. Yeah, she's the overly protective friend or whatever. We saw her origin story in the last one, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
But yeah, it's already sucking the life out of her baby.
Yeah. Okay, that's a weird leech
Yeah.
thing.
It's like a tapeworm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, already like 9
That's-
months.
Yeah,
Basically.
like after 2 weeks.
7 to
that's
8 months,
Terrifying.
yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
it's been 2 weeks. Yeah,
that'd
because
be
since
an
they
awful
first did
thing
it.
to go through.
Yeah. Now we know. Because the embryonic sac is vampire embryonic sac.
Right.
So they can't use any tools. I mean, like, that's kind of me right here.
Small face. She has a small face. Took me 4 minutes.
Oh, here's the pro-life versus pro-choice debate. It's a baby. However, with the whole accelerated thing, you would have to take it out like immediately with the vampire thing
Yeah.
if you don't want to. If you want to be ethical about it. At this point, yeah, it'd be pretty fucked up to abort. But at the same time, it's killing her. Just turn her now. Why can't they turn her now? They probably explained it. Like the baby needs her nutrients and whatever.
Yeah.
And if she's a vampire, then
has something to do with it, like
something like that.
they can't do it until she gives birth or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Because vampires never have babies with each other, or do they? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
I
think
know
they're
in, like,
supposed to.
There's a rule where, yeah, you can't turn a kid into a vampire because then they're a kid forever.
Yeah.
And no one wants that. Imagine being a kid forever.
It'd be terrible.
Dang. He's like, cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You're two friends that hate each other, but they always had to be around each other. Sorry, a lot of dead air there.
Yeah.
We're just kind of watching the movie now. Apparently, I didn't realize this. She was always vegetarian in the past movies. Like, he would always make her salad or whatever. And she'd tell Charlie, you need to cut back on steak. And her craving for chicken is foreshadowing her pregnancy.
Oh. Huh. It's not a boy. It's a weird leech thing.
No, you're not. This movie is also like a metaphor for pro-life versus pro-choice. It's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
Jacob's pro-choice, Rose pro-life, and basically everyone else.
Yeah.
And the way they frame this, I do like how they make it. They could easily make Jacob look even worse and like frame him as the bad guy in these movies, but they don't really do that.
No, they frame him as just like he's just like
Concerned.
he's like you're
Friend.
you're gonna die
Yeah,
if you don't.
he's just the realist of
Yeah,
the group.
he's like-
Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that.
He's the one who's like he's not doing the I support
He's
abortions.
the
more,
objective-
He's more like you are going to die
Yeah,
painfully,
yeah.
probably if you don't do something about
This
this.
weird little monster is gonna crawl out of you,
Yeah, and then they'll have this weird little monster running around.
and you're also gonna imprint on it. So
Yeah.
Oh, and what they name her is just so rich.
Hmm.
We'll get to it. I don't want to spoil her name yet.
Do they name it Jacob Jr.?
That'd be pretty good. Don't kick your own bike. Kick someone else's. Kick
Yeah.
the Volvo that's probably parked out there. Ooh.
What the fuck?
What do you think of the... Okay, now we get werewolf vision in this.
This is a rough shot here.
Yeah.
This is...
Well, you can tell that they show the wolf as the least amount as possible. They're showing all these weird visions. Oh, damn. I'd be like, damn, that's a big wolf.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck?
They're like dire wolf sized.
Yeah. Like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, yeah. Like Game of Thrones. And yeah, like I said before, they're shapeshifters, not werewolves. At least in my opinion. This would be a perfect scene for Hugh Jackman Wolverine to be working in the lumberyard. It'd make this so much cooler.
I'm hoping that like what if they did like in Deadpool 3 they say it's Wolverine's going to be in it, but what if it's just like there's a scene that takes place in a lumberyard and Hugh Jackman's in the background.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
That'd be great. Apparently he signed on for 2 movies. Presumably Deadpool 3 and Secret Wars. Unless there's some untitled...
Yeah.
a movie they haven't talked about yet.
This is weird.
Yeah, they're like talking telepathically.
This is a really weird scene.
I don't know. I would just go full throttle with it and just have speaking animals. I think that'd be more fun.
Yeah.
Where their mouths are actually moving and everything. I don't know. He's the leader, the alpha. Jake is the silly little beta wolf.
The CGI is not bad.
No, it's better in this one, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, with the budget it had, it's actually pretty good.
This is a really. This is weird.
I think it would have been better if they were just grounding it, like if they told the story just through the wolves' emotions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like leave the voices out of it, and then you obviously see that he ran away from the pack and that he.
It's just the entire scene does not match the tone of the rest of the movie.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, here's like the Lion King, but with wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I rather watch that movie. I rather watch the Lion King. Well, definitely Lion King, but the Lion King but with wolves. I think they made Brother Bear.
Yeah.
I'll watch Brother Bear first. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I work better alone. The lone wolf.
I like
He's
him.
like, I'm also going off on my own with you.
Yeah, with you.
Yeah. We're both on our own,
Yeah.
just in the same space. Oh, because the wolves want to just straight up kill the baby, right? And everything.
Yeah.
Because that breaks the treaty. Or whatever.
And it would probably lead the wolves trying to kill the Colons as well.
That too, yeah.
Like-
Let's get them too.
Well, it would be like there's
Because-
no way the Colons are just going to let the wolves do it, so they're going to fight
No,
back.
yeah,
and
then they
and
have a
then-
big wolf
and
vampire
then it
fight.
would escalate until just one side is dead.
Yeah, they're coming for Bella. That's one thing they agree on. Oh, she's with him too. I just don't think we got enough wolf time in these movies to really be invested in these characters, though.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sure in the books you're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But I kind of just met these characters, unless they were in New Moon. I think they were, but
I don't recall. Small face.
oh, small face.
I'm gonna say
we're
every
bad. We're
single
awful.
time.
We're awful people.
Is he gonna be like their dog now, like their pet?
At least the plot's moving forward now.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, full moon almost. I don't know if that was quite a full moon. When were we going to see the eclipse? Oh, no, that was the last movie.
right.
When are we going to see the breaking dawn, whatever that means? What, the morning?
I see. Well, yeah, it's
Breaking dawn. Evil
the-
Dead,
well,
Dead
the-
by
the-
Dawn.
the break of dawn, right?
Yeah. The morning. I'm going to start saying that now when the sun rises and be like, oh, it's breaking dawn. No, that'd
Part
be
one.
like- Part one, yeah. And then when it rises again, oh, it's part two now. And then after that, I'll be like, well, the movies are over, so. Why would you want to follow him if you don't like him?
I think she's trying to say that she thinks he should be the alpha.
Yeah.
So she's kind of following him for that reason.
Most of the trivia I'm looking at is not that good or interesting.
Yeah.
Not as fun as the other ones. The largest release gap between movies was between this one and Eclipse.
Huh.
Because remember, the first Twilight was, what, 08?
Yeah,
Or 09?
yeah.
Or no, New Moon was 09, and then Eclipse 2010, a year after the other. And then I think this was...
We're on Amazon.
12?
This was 2011.
Oh, 11?
They pumped these movies out.
They pumped
quick.
them out, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a BuzzFeed quiz. It'd be bad if it'd be really embarrassing that I did bad on the quiz as I'm watching the movie. Or would it be more embarrassing if I got everything right? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard with this whole fandom and this whole series.
Using Yahoo search engines.
Wow. That's even more antique than like being, in my opinion. Who ever uses Yahoo anymore?
They're all like, this should be impossible, but he just like got...
Look at their big Apple.
He just like went online and just found a bunch of like legends about it.
Yeah.
You would think they'd be aware of...
Well, one was that famous painting of which Titan that ate all the gods?
Oh, Kronos.
Kronos, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think that has anything to do with anything. Ouch. Pull it out then. That would probably kill her too, anyways. This is the most sad we've seen Carlisle in these movies. It's like, I'd rather not be dealing with this.
No shit.
Yeah, we can see that. It's too strong. Yep. And they can't turn her into a vampire though. Until like the last second. Yeah, Venom, as we've seen in Spider-Man 3, it does not do well with loud sounds. He can't overcome loud sounds. Yeah.
But what about Carnage?
Something like that. I don't know. Or is his thing fire? I know his weakness is also fire. One of them.
I think all the symbiotes have fire.
Yeah,
as a
fire,
weakness.
sound.
Yeah.
Bully Maguire. Oh boy.
This is
Get another beer.
more wine.
Yeah, but you're the one that got her pregnant, though. Come on. I mean, you could have. If you
Yeah.
want protection, this movie wouldn't even need to happen.
Yeah.
Unless the protection doesn't work on your diamond. You know what? But,
It's too strong.
yeah. I don't know. We're like 3 of them then. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's sucking the life out of her.
Yeah, she's all bony.
Yep. Bony and usual.
Can vampires get fat?
I'm sure.
Like if you turn into a vampire,
I'm sure if you like drank a lot of blood, maybe.
Like what I mean, like if you turn into a vampire when you're like underweight, are you always going to be underweight?
I think you kind of stay like however you are when you turn into one.
Yeah.
So if you're already fat, you'll just be fat forever.
Or
I don't know.
Or can you recover to like what would be considered like a healthy body weight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it wouldn't matter really.
Yeah. I'm just wondering.
It wouldn't be. If you're strong enough to lift a car, have an extra 40 pounds in your body, I don't, like the whole thing with Fat Thor. I remember when, or Bro Thor, whatever they called him, Big Lebowski Thor.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, he's a little weaker and slower now because he's gained weight and everything. It's like probably not. If you're strong enough to lift a car or whatever, split the whole entire Nidavellir mechanism.
Yeah.
I'm sure an extra like 40, 50 pounds isn't going to do anything.
Yeah. No, I think the idea with Brothor is that he was weaker not because of his physique,
but mental state.
Yeah, because he was all depressed.
Yeah, it was
and
mind games.
In like Love and Thunder, he gets all in shape.
Yeah,
and that's not making him stronger. It's just
I think it's his confidence.
It's a representation that he's more confident in himself.
And because Chris Hemsworth doesn't want to keep wearing a fat suit, so that's another reason. Chris Hemsworth, you coward. You should have gained that weight for real and then got bulky and buff again.
Yeah, Rob McElhenney did it.
Yeah.
Why not you?
But as fast as they turn those movies out, though. Oh, okay. What's his name? Jackson Hathorn, the actor for Jasper. That's the first time he has his real hair and not a wig.
Oh. Small face.
You're never going to let that go, are you? Oh, yeah, blood smoothie.
Oh, what are they doing?
She's going to drink blood so the baby can have that blood instead of her blood.
Yeah, it's gross, Jacob. You're not wrong.
And yeah, blood just tastes like iron. Basically.
At least they put it in a sippy cup for her.
Why do I know that?
I mean, if you're bitten your tongue or something like that.
Yeah.
I think everyone's tasted blood, at least,
Hopefully it's their own blood.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But yeah, one time when I was a kid, I tasted my own blood. I was like, yeah, that just tastes like just metal. Not good, though. Unless you're iron deficient, then I don't know what it would taste like. No, it doesn't. You're fooling yourself. He's like, yeah, it tastes good for me. Why don't all the vampires have a blood sippy cup, like Sonic cup of blood?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like get your daily like dose
I
of
bet
blood.
Carlisle, because he's a doctor and stuff, I bet he can get like blood from like.
Well, you could probably just get like a instead of a blood, like a blood transfusion, like just direct, just straight in.
Well, what I mean is,
I don't know.
Small face.
Well, in that one vampire movie with Ethan Hawke, I think, where like vampires took over the world, but that's just like society now, and they have blood banks and stuff.
Well, like I mean, there was
have plenty of access to blood.
There was a show from like the 2000s that it was it's kind of
well, I'm guessing that's where he's getting. I'm guessing he's getting all that blood from the hospital.
Yeah, well, there's a show from like the 2000s that was like it was like a vampire who was a cop during the day.
That sounds awesome.
And then at night he hunted other vampires. Nice. So it was like a procedural cop show, but like often the murderer that the cops were hunting was a vampire in secret, and he would go hunt them. And he had a friend in the morgue who would just like get blood bags for him. Nice. But he was like Blade, where he was like a vampire who hunted other vampires.
Yeah.
It was called
The
like
Daywalker?
Yeah, but it was called like Moonlight or something like that.
Not the Academy Award winning movie Moonlight, right?
No.
The worst excuses. You think you believe that? You think he's that gullible? I mean, nowadays you could be like, I have COVID, I have to quarantine. That's why we can't see each other. Also, it's 2011 or 12 or whenever this movie takes place. Well, no, never mind. He doesn't want. They don't want to. She doesn't want him to see her.
Yeah.
But I was saying, yeah, you could just Skype.
Yeah, Skype was around when this.
It was around.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zoom was around.
Although I get the feeling that the Colons don't have internet.
Yeah, they probably.
Well, actually, no, they do. He was on the computer earlier. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah. It is Big Apple.
I just get the, but he was using Yahoo instead of Google.
I feel like they're still,
which tells me
they're inept.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
I mean, he is from like.
And that's a whole other level, though. Using Yahoo on your Apple.
I mean, he was
You know,
born in like 18 or in like 1900 or something
Yeah.
like that. So like, you know,
I'd just be playing video games like all the time.
yeah, he didn't have to sleep and stuff.
Yeah, all nighter. Like never get tired.
Yeah, never get tired.
But that would be tiring in itself, though, to never get rest.
Yeah,
Even if you don't need it, it's still nice to shut your brain down.
I bet vampires can at least, even if they don't fall asleep, they can at
Well,
least.
traditionally
kinda, like,
they can sleep. They sleep during the day. In
yeah,
their
but
coffins.
I bet these vampires at least can go into like a meditative type of state.
Yeah,
That's what I would do if I was a vampire who like doesn't sleep. I would at the very least, I would probably get into meditation.
yeah,
At
definitely.
the very least, that's something to do to wind down instead
Yeah.
of sleeping. Oh yeah, he can feel like emotions and shit. Isn't that his thing?
Read minds.
Yeah.
But if you can read mind, because we already confirmed this earlier, it's gonna be a girl. Why do you think it's a boy if you can read minds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess a fetus is not thinking about what gender it is.
That's a good point. Yeah, the fetus
So I guess
is not concerned about such things.
no are a lot of things that most people would be concerned about. Well, I mean, babies aren't concerned about most things
because I mean, honestly, until you get to
your frontal lobe develops.
yeah, well,
and
also until if you think about it, until you get to like puberty and stuff, it doesn't fucking matter what gender you are.
I'm surprised he
at
didn't just
all. Like-
read its mind. It's just like hungry, food.
That's true. Yeah, and
Give nutrients.
it is. It is a fetus, and that's
Yeah.
probably
If
yeah.
it, I have heard about things like you dream when you're a fetus,
Small
like when
face.
you develop it. Yeah. Come on, it's not that small.
I don't know.
It's just uncannily small, you know.
Yeah, I guess it was
Just like
it looked
big
small.
forehead.
It looked smaller in the wedding scene because of like
Yeah.
how her hair was done or something. I don't know.
yeah, it's better down.
I don't know.
But Carlisle's a lucky man. She's a beautiful woman. She just has a slightly small face.
yeah,
There's
I'm
nothing
not
wrong
saying
with
she's
that.
bad looking. I just think her face is small.
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
a huge dock on her.
No, it
attractiveness.
just slight
That's-
thing.
She's just
Yeah.
small face.
I mean, I would say it's worse to have a big face, though. Big face, small head.
I think that's true. Yeah, that is a weirder look.
Yeah.
Um, no, she has a nice face. It's just smaller than I would expect it to be.
He has a good face.
He has a pretty good face, yeah. Oh, the werewolves are coming.
Oh, and they got sleeveless V-necks. Sleeveless V-neck. I haven't seen that.
Ah,
That's a whole new thing.
That's how you know they're different.
Yeah. They're outsiders. Not just a sleeveless tee, a sleeveless V-neck. I mean, he is being a better leader right now, I think.
Yeah.
Or a good leader. Maybe not a better leader than another guy, but a good leader. Nonetheless.
I mean, their reasoning though is not like terrible. They are saying this baby thing is going to go on a killing spree.
Yeah.
So
that's the assumption.
We should probably take care of that.
Yeah, well, imagine a regular toddler, how crazy and chaotic they are.
Then
imagine they have superhuman strength, they have a cravings for blood.
I mean, that's gotta be like part of the logic behind also why you can't turn kids into vampires in this universe. Like their law is not just that it would suck to be a kid forever.
And it's just weird.
But do you want a kid who has superhuman strength like that,
having emotional breakdowns
and needs to murder people to survive,
and screams
going around?
Yeah, like a kid that fights their brother all the time and cries and now they have cravings for blood and yeah, it would be a monster. Big jump.
Big jump. Small face.
That was a good one.
I'm not gonna let up on it.
I'm gonna let up.
I do think it. I think it really was how her hair was done and everything.
No, yeah.
In that wedding scene that made
back.
it look like that, but
also it's a little too dark. These scenes, a little bit more lighting would help.
Yeah, doesn't match the tone of the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
first half of the movie is really bright.
Yeah, it's like that golden sunset look. Because, it's already established that these vampires don't have to avoid the sunlight as long as they're not in public.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is that if they were in public, people would be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, why are you sparkling like that?
Now, I feel like nowadays no one would care.
Yeah.
Maybe in a small town they would like this, but like if you were in New York strolling down the street or if you were in LA and Venice Beach strolling down the street just sparkling.
Yeah, if you walked down the street and saw in LA and saw or down Venice and saw someone walk past and they were sparkling like one of these vampires, you'd probably be like, that's a sparkly person. Whoa.
Yep.
You wouldn't suspect it to be a vampire.
You wouldn't think anything of it. You'd see weirder people in that anyways.
Yeah. I've met weirder people than sparkling people.
Even than more weird than Edward?
Yeah. Edward's just like monochromatic and sparkly.
Yeah. Yeah, the Coens are very monochromatic with their fashion.
Yeah.
Like, they don't all match colors anymore, like in the first one where they're all wearing, like, whites and stark grays.
It was really in the first movie that it was more
But
like
this
that.
one, they have their own style, but their style is consistent with... Now Edward wears open polos and some denim, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Switching up.
And he'll eventually move on to wearing all black.
Mm-hmm.
And spandex and
a
armor
cape
and capes.
You still need to see that movie because I know you haven't.
Yeah.
Because if you did, you would say something.
Oh.
That's no good.
Yeah, that's some like Exorcist shit.
Ooh. I will say they did a good job with the prosthetics and effects on her.
Yeah.
Literally snapped her back. And man, they have to do this all in house. I mean, you could just wait a little bit longer for the morphine. But no, let's just cut her open. C-section.
Yeah. And then they have to turn her into
and then the blood, that's a whole problem too. I will say Edward has incredible restraint as a vampire to be surrounded by that much just
I think he's
blood.
Yeah, they
just
don't
gushing out.
They don't have as many moments of him like being so.
No, it's everyone else that freaks out, really. Oh yeah, he has to bite through it. Why do you have to bite through it? You have a scalpel.
Because you need vampire teeth to get through.
The vampire embryonic.
Yeah, the scalpel's not good enough.
We'll just get a vampire scalpel. Turn a scalpel into a vampire, and then just. Here we go. We get to see the baby. Well, and I know.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's a real baby there.
Yeah. It just very quickly starts.
It quickly transitions into weird. Well, in filming with babies, they try not to do it as much anymore because it's just a pain, and there's a lot more legal shit you have to go through whenever you're filming with minors, especially baby.
Yeah.
And you have to get twins so you can just grab the other twin when the other baby's acting up, because it's a baby, not an actor, not an adult.
Yeah.
But yeah, it progressively gets weirder and weirder. And like in American Sniper, the baby they had in the movie was straight up just a doll.
Oh.
Like they barely showed it. They showed like the back of its head.
Yeah.
Just Bradley Cooper holding a doll. Yeah, just turn into a vampire now. You got it out of her. I don't know. Wow. Eats the baby. Because she's a vampire freak. I promise it'll be fine. Bite. Ooh, adrenaline. Yeah, because he doesn't want to... Or wait, is that venom vampire venom that he's putting in her?
I think it is.
Just a big old syringe of that.
Damn.
I think... Yeah, it takes a little while. Yeah, I think he's got to actually bite her. First, I thought that would have been adrenaline because he doesn't want her to be a vampire.
Yeah, like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. What?
What?
Am I missing something from Pulp Fiction?
The
with
adrenaline.
Oh, yeah.
To the chest.
Yeah, yeah.
This movie is exactly like Pulp Fiction.
Never would have guessed. Yeah, and this is where he's just... I mean, you already put... I don't know. I feel like... At this point, you already jammed a venom syringe in her. You might as well just bite her now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she's going to make it because there's a part 2. This movie's called Part 1. And if you read the book, unless Bella's just dead for the rest of the series, that'd be bold of Stephanie Meyer. Be like, oh, and she died. But we're going to continue. I still... The one thing I really respect about these movies, the books, the restraint on not making more sequels.
Yeah.
Because they sure could have. They could have dragged it. They could
have done a whole cinematic universe type of thing.
If Twilight came out in like 2018, yeah, they would. Or they would at least try.
So now he's biting her.
Yeah. Not pleasant. And then it does the whole Spider-Man Sandman thing where her DNA changes. This is so 2000s here. I love it.
Oh my god.
I always kind of like those shots though where it's like, oh, their composition's changing. But they totally stole it from the Sandman scene.
Yeah.
Or X-Men. whatever other movies do that. Because she was straight up dead, like, before they started putting the venom in her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would have got the baby out and just venom. But no, they took their sweet ass time. And now that begs the question, can a vampire just straight up raise someone from the dead?
Yeah.
If they have enough venom?
Maybe there's a limit on, like,
How long you're dead?
yeah.
Well, I know, like, vampire necromancers, they can have, like, familiars and whatever. You could text Jacob real quick, like, what's the status? But no one uses their phones or anything in this. Like, the way the characters interact with the world and just makes it feel like it's almost an 80s movie. Like, Edward used Yahoo once.
It doesn't feel like a real world.
No. Like, it's like, do we want to double check that she's dead just one more time before we go on a war? There it is. Yeah,
There's
that's
some of the
bad
weird
CGI, baby.
CGI stuff, yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me.
That.
No. This is where he imprints on the baby.
This is weird.
And he sees her whole future. Which is also weird. I think it's more... People like to make fun of it, and yeah, we're making fun of it, but I think it is more of like a protective thing than a romantic thing. It doesn't have to be romantic, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just like an extremely like unbreakable bond. Type
Yeah,
of thing.
it's
like,
just a bond. Still weird, though. Still
Yeah.
very weird. Well, we already saw her DNA and everything. It's happening.
yeah. She's turning into
Slowly but surely.
she's turning into a Taika Waititi,
What?
into a vampire. It's
Oh, yeah.
Into a Dracula.
Yeah, into a Dracula, yeah.
that'd be really. They should remake this. Taika Waititi should remake this.
That'd be
and
great.
He should play Bella. But like no attempt to make him look like a woman, just like a wig
Yeah.
at most.
Jermaine's Edward.
Yeah.
Brett is Jacob. Oh, they're having a big fight.
I mean, they don't have like dog treats and stuff to distract him.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I would just have a
that's
bag of dog treats. and just
That's
be throwing
again
those
like
out.
in What We Do in the Shadows, the werewolves.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
They're all playing fetch and stuff.
Big punch. No, like one-on-one, I think an old vampire can usually take on one werewolf at a time. But they're a pack, of course.
Yeah.
That's where they get you. He's doing big punches all day.
Yeah. Ah, that was a good one.
That was a good punch. Yeah, just a nice clock to the snout. That's bold of him not to transform. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There's some angry puppies.
Yep. Big angry puppies. Uh-huh.
Oh.
And they're like, what?
Yeah, everyone's like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Yep. They're like, okay, we gotta go.
They're like, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now.
I guess Edward read his mind.
It's kind of a cop out. No one died. Well, Bella died, but kind
Died.
of.
Temporarily died. Now it's Breaking Dawn. I guess.
Part 1.
Part 1, yeah. Roll the credits. Dang, she's been dead a long time, though.
I think I do a Sam Raimi thing, and she like pops out of a grave. Like,
That would be sick. That would be so cool.
it would have been really bold of them to just kill Bella off in this movie and still do another movie.
Oh, the fans would have rioted.
Yeah, I would have respected it though. I'd been like,
Yeah, it's like that's the sacrifice that had to be made. That's
Yeah,
that's
like-
what we.
following through with a character death.
Yeah, doesn't happen often.
It's
Nowadays.
actually it's the main problem I have with the MCU and Star Wars nowadays
Yeah,
is that they've just set the expectation that like they don't follow through on character deaths enough.
yeah.
Like I know some people want them to bring back Tony Stark somehow, but I'm like I don't.
Well, if
Because
anything,
I want them
it's gonna be the AI, or it's gonna be like a variant. Because with
Yeah.
the multiverse, you can just bring anyone back and be like, "Well, it's not technically the same one."
I just hope they stick with him being dead.
yeah,
and-
at least
and-
that version of
and
him.
they just don't.
Unless they make it really epic or something. I don't know.
They just should have made her like a Nosferatu looking vampire.
It's like, oh, she's one of those.
Like she just still like
Yeah.
stays emaciated and all that. And,
yeah,
and just is like a Nosferatu.
but no, she's got to be pretty.
Are you saying Nosferatus can't be pretty?
Sorry, I don't want to offend any
Positive body
Nosferatus out
images.
there.
yes.
Now she remembers all the movies. And now you're an immortal bloodsucker forever.
Gotta go to high school again.
Yeah, you got to go to high school. Start freshman year. You don't move on to college. You just keep going to
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah, you're
God.
not allowed to be like a young college student.
which you totally could be.
Yeah. No, you gotta
Easy. Keep going to high school.
you gotta do high school.
That's the worst part about it. That's what I would be thinking about right now. Do I have to go to high school again? And oh, the suspense.
Oh, did they
That would have sucked if they would have cremated her or something. It would have been cooler if they like properly buried her and then Sam Raimi Evil Dead's out of it.
I think they all heard like a heartbeat. That's why they're all like looking
But one
like,
heartbeat.
they're all like, what?
Oh, and she's got red eyes. And that's it. Took that whole movie for a lot. Mostly nothing happening. They do it. She gets pregnant. They have a little bit of a fight. And then she's back alive.
Yeah.
And then we still got Breaking Dawn Part 2.
We're almost done.
We are almost done, though.
We're
Almost done with the series.
almost there. It's amazing.
Yep. Anyways, that was our Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 commentary. See you next time, Breaking Dawn
Yeah.
Part 2. We will also see you
finale.
next. The finale, yes.
Yeah.
That was under 2 hours.
Yeah. Not
Felt way longer than that.
felt longer. Yeah.
And we will see you next week for whatever episode we do. It's going to have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Probably.
We're totally not just winging it.
Unless
right now.
Unless
Never.
we do decide to release both of these in a row, then don't listen to anything I said before that. We're banking these.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Just keep listening to the podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you next week. Check us out at Aw Drunk Pod on Instagram. Check out our Facebook group if you want to get real intimate with us. And leave us, if you really like us, maybe download one of your favorite episodes. Leave us a review. That would be cool.
Do it, yeah.
And at the time of recording us, yeah, I'm happy with the numbers and everything. And yeah, it's good. I'm happy with it. And we're still having fun with it. That's the most important part.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll love it.
And also, we are still going to continue doing the Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Or we already have.
There's a lot of Spider-Man movies.
There's a lot of them.
We'll keep on
I'm
it.
sure we'll find another series to get into.
Yeah.
I definitely would do Van Helsing at some time. Maybe for
Yes.
Spooktober again or whatever, whenever we
Yeah.
want to do it.
There's a plethora of great movies.
Oh, yeah.
I think the key balance is to find movies that are bad but not like upsetting bad.
No, like we're never going to do
Like-
like a Cats again.
Yeah.
No, because that was unenjoyable for everybody.
We should do
involved.
something like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yes,
Something like
LXG.
that.
With Sean Connery's like last live action
Yeah,
role.
it made him quit acting.
Anyways, we'll see you next week. Yep.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To visit all of our current streaming and social media platforms, visit the link tree in the description. If you enjoy the show, we would be appreciated it if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. The Odd Drunk Podcast would like to remind you to drink responsibly and not to drink and drive. Okay, Colton, you can roll the outro now.